Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Pga 2K23 and the Pga Tour single player mode within the game itself. Continue to work on Season 3, just using it as practice. So a little bit of level setting of where we're at here. Kind of doing things in real time, so I know for certain I'm not going to have this out in time for the normal slot, so I don't know honestly when people tend to watch it, so forth. I'm sure they get to it. Sometimes people get to things days later or whatever, but I've always kind of worked to have things publish at 5 a.m. Eastern time for the golf videos, just because it's kind of that, people go golfing, sometimes you go early, you have that 5 a.m. tee time, 6 a.m. tee time, and so I was just kind of always thought, I'm keeping in line with that. I just will do those super early, and then my regular videos, if I have anything for the day, drop a couple hours later at 7 a.m. And in both cases, everything's going to be a little bit late tomorrow, so I've got something, this will be the video that shows up, but I'm not going to edit it until I get up in the morning again, so maybe this one will show up by 7 a.m. if it's even there by then, and then the other one might beat it, because I'm actually uploading the other one now because I had it ready and had done the editing, but it's getting a bit late, and I had been up far too late last night doing something in Flight Sim, but want to get some practice in, and the benefit is it gets you guys some content if you're following along. So I'm hoping I'm going to do well, but it's a challenge. The game is difficult, but I enjoy the journey. I enjoy the challenge and trying, so I'm certainly going to do that. I've done several practice rounds. I think I've done 4 practice rounds of the TGC course that's coming up later for next week. So I've spent some time in the game, but I have not met my criteria that I had set of trying to do some PGA golf every day to try to help that regularity improve my game. But I think I'm doing decently. So I've certainly, I think, at least got my brain around a little bit of how do I keep my timing regular. The last round I played of the TGC Tour practice, of all my tee shots and approach shots, I had one very, I think it was a very fast in all those shots. So whatever it is, 40 or 50 that you'll typically have, maybe it's closer to 30. But either way, a good amount of shots, and certainly better than normal. And I think it was a tee shot that went errant a little bit, but it certainly wasn't terrible, and I recovered. But unfortunately, the scores don't reflect things. I think I still ended up with like a plus 12 for that round, but it's just that leakage of you just lose a stroke here and there, and I think I did get a few double bogeys, and I actually didn't get any birdies, so we'll see how things go. But it's been since last weekend that I've been in here in the single player, so we did the plus 16 in the first round. Let's see what happens in the second.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour
Always looks like a Civil War era house to me. I don't know if that's even remotely what it is, but that's what it strikes me as. Alright, I am gonna curve this a little bit because we've got a bit of a dog leg, and we'll see if that helps with the roll.
Have a great opportunity to go out and chase down the leaders by day's end. It's a good opportunity, good scoring conditions today.
The slow is keeping things over to the right, so not great, but it was a decent timing shot. Swing path is, I have been struggling with that a little bit, but again, usually it's not causing me nightmares. Alright, so we're losing 10 or 12 yards, just to be conservative, that we're not losing a lot more than that. That'll put me at 87. Wind's going to probably add 3 more back, so we're at 90. You know, and at that point, we're probably doing the 4% on that, so we're probably at 95. The drop's going to give us 2, so I really should probably just stick with the pitching wedge here, is what all of that gets me to in my head. Alright, again, solid timing, better swing path for sure. Not quite as much of the rollout as I'd like. So some of the feedback I got was better to end up beneath the hole, is the terminology that they were using, rather than beyond it and then rolling off the green. So I definitely have also started to be more conservative. And I don't remember if the putting change, which is kind of how it's going to look the same, but what I'm doing is I'm feeling for the vibration and really doing more of a visual. I'm kind of seeing where the putter does that, and then I take the swing based on the position and basically ignore the vibration. And that has gotten me much less run past the holes. I've discovered on downhills I have to be a little more conservative with that method. I didn't go far enough back. I know that's going to be short. But if we can get the par, we'll be happy.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
All right.
That's a good make in the end. Certainly helped them fight back from a difficult position.
Don't know that I was online, even if I hit it hard enough, that I was online with what I needed. So I don't know that the short hurt that much. I think I would have gotten closer, but probably would have still missed. And after all that setup and all that talk, we've already got a very fast.
Not a good spot to be.
All right. I always check if the wood, some lies, the wood stays pretty good, pretty even. I'm going to go over here because I'm going to end up in the bunker or the rough, because I'm going to lose nearly 40 yards here. So a little bit of a kick that way, so we got to be careful. Oh boy.
Just hoping for an outcome now.
All right. Good news is it ended up in the fairway.
And here we are with the third shot.
All right. All right. The farthest I can go is with the 3-wood. This is tight. All right. Solid swing. So recovery after bad shots is really the big thing that I keep focusing on. So within flop, also feedback, try to avoid pitches, especially for 8 and 9 irons, and kind of switch to normal wedge shots at that point. I was not doing that, but that was the feedback I got when I kept rolling off greens and was like, I don't understand what's happening. And someone said, well, let me explain it to you. And they were direct, but I'd rather people be direct, so I don't want to turn it into, oh my God, they hurt my feelings. No, they did not hurt my feelings. All right. And more importantly, it's these kind of shots out of the bunker. I cannot think of the word. I'm like, what is it? That sandy thing. All right, let's see. It's probably not going to move. Well, at my feet, no, I guess it's not really moving any faster than the rest. I'm worried I'm going to end up under the hole, kind of pass it back up. So I moved a bit over again.
Rolling end to end.
And all right, it worked. Cool. But again, lots of work for pars. So,
after that performance, they'll stay right where
and I
they
had a
are
little bit
in the
more
standings.
firm of a hit than I would have
We've got par
liked.
3 on this one.
So I'm also trying to be a little bit more deliberate on the putt forward stroke. Alright, we're going to lose 13 yards from anything, so we have got to definitely club up here. Because even here, like, this is probably good. Because the thing I end up doing that was causing me a problem is I go up here and say, well, you know, I need the additional amount. I'm going to lose 12. That's going to get me down to, you know, 191. So it's going to land by the pin, and then I'd like take a little bit off on the distance with the loft or something. But because I'm always regularly hitting 102, 103, or 104, sometimes I even hit 106, I wasn't adding that into my distance. And, you know, silly me, like, it just wasn't in my head, though. So I'm going to get a little closer. All right.
Opting for the 5-iron.
Pretty solid.
Needs a little members bounce to the right.
I just need it to stick, which
Not
it
a bad approach,
did.
that one. Not quite inside the birdie range,
All
but
right.
you never know. Hole a long one.
Well, I
Still counts.
think it's going to move some, and this one's downhill. So these are ones that run a bit much.
This one's online.
So it was almost too hard.
Right off the blade.
It kind of had that movement that's kind of a bad bounce and so forth, where it kind of hiccups in the hole where you can see it basically. I think what it's actually doing is hitting the back of the cup. It just looks a little odd.
Sweeping dog leg left to right, big tree in the middle, missed that, and you've got a simple second shot into a sliver of a green.
All right, not bad. A little bit fast, so we're getting that direction. Held up though with 357. That's a good distance. All right, so again, this is where you know, sometimes I hurt myself because again, it's a pitch, so it's going to have lower loft. It's going to have a higher rollout. And what I would do is I'd be like, yeah, I'll be good there, and I'll back it off. What I've started doing now is more just take a normal shot with the club down, let it roll up, let it end up beneath the hole, and take it from there. And, you know, I've been pretty good at two-putting regularly and so forth. So that's what I'm targeting and why I'm targeting it that way. Yeah. I was a little nervous with the swing, and that probably did not help me. All right, now we're within flop range, so that's the shortest one I can get. This is probably going to be too long is the problem, but so in this case I'm going to back it off a little bit. All right, but we got a normal slow. It stopped.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
It's going to be tricky.
Perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be
Wow.
aggressive up the hill.
All right, this is going to move a bit more than the others. It's definitely a bigger break. Ah, way too hard.
Close.
Way too hard. I don't know how that happened. All right, let's see. Better.
This really looks good.
Oh, wow. Did you see what it did right by the hole? That thing just dove. I mean, it was on target. Well, that one hurt.
And they'll have to compose themselves now with this tee shot after a double bogey at the
So,
last.
I mean,
Par 4, this fairway chases away from the players down
all
the hill.
right.
So tee shots
Got to pull this
on the
back
cover,
because
setting
otherwise I'm going to end up in the
Very
rough.
simple and straightforward.
Good amount of wind, so I'm going to head over this way. Ooh, fast, but the wind did stop it, so that worked out actually. It's not too bad. And again, it's a 3-wood, so 260.
Setting up here here from about
is normal.
70 yards.
But that's also why I don't normally hit. You know, people have suggested, hit a 3-wood, you'll have less problems. The problem is, and again, the other hole was downhill, but, you know, 357 versus 260. It's a big difference, but it probably would still be like 300 or something versus 260. So giving up those 40 yards, I mean, at this point, I'd be, you know, hitting a 4 or 5 iron instead. Wind is going to move me up, so I definitely want to pull back. We're going to also gain some yardage, about 3 yards for the lie. And, you know, I probably don't need to compensate much because I felt I was a little too far left already.
Opting for the 9-iron.
All right. Looks
Going
like
for the
we've
less club,
judged
yeah.
it well as far as the
Attaboy.
left,
Good
right.
shot. 15 feet to the cup.
This is
So,
what they have left for birdie
a
here.
little bit of downhill. You know what? This is pretty much straight on. I am not going to move this because this is how I end up getting myself in trouble.
It's on a great
Should be
line.
good, especially with a downhill.
Always nice to hold those for a birdie.
All right. So far, so good. My kryptonite right now seems to still be the fact, I don't know again if it's just the nerves, the pressure. I seem to, at some point, run out of the ability to keep doing well.
The others, lay it up with an iron, wedge it on, hit it close, and make your birdie.
All right, it's the wind's against me. If it was something else, you know, if I had wind behind me, I might try it. But I think I'm going to go with the 5-wood. I think with the wind in at me, it's going to slow it down enough. I'm a little nervous that the roll might be too far. So, and you'll also notice, for whatever reason, I've now gone from fast all the time to a little slow more
Yeah, he's
often.
got around
So it's a little weird.
125 here.
So that was, again, that was a 7 pitch that it gave me. And this is then where the suggestion was go to normal shots, because first off, they roll less. And then, you know, I can be a little bit more sure of where my placement is. I probably need this. So we're looking at 10-ish%. So let's say 15 that we're going to come off of 123. Again, I'm going to have a little bit of power. We've got a little wind back. I might regret this if I hit it clean, and it might be too much. Nah,
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge.
I don't know, and not that I have to see.
Lose the handle on that shot.
One of the things I did try is I actually played a whole round where I closed my eyes for the tee shots and approach shots, and did quite well. As far as, you know, timing and so forth. I you know, still was shooting around. Should be able to flop it up. So we're going to lose 8. Take me down to 31 plus 4. Do I go up here? Let's see. 10-ish, 11, 35. Yeah, maybe we go up here. Still a little short. I did not get the distance I wanted, so I probably could have gone up. This is going to be challenging. It's moving a lot more
Par here.
to the right. It's going to go back a little bit at the hole. All right, this is a long putt. So, it's not going to come back that far.
Oh, hit a house.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, that took off.
Yeah, that's never nice. Putting it
All
off
right.
the surface, that hurts.
Well, we're gonna putt this one up. Eek. I was worried about a little of that.
This putt is of 9
All
feet.
right, well, we're just 3-putting now. Let's see. We got a little bit of movement right where we're at. I can't get the stroke to go forward. I didn't mean to take that many practice swings. Wow, so that one hurt.
He's hard to catch. This is far from elementary by Watson.
All right.
At the 7th.
So we're going to gain about 5.
Seemingly plays short, but I
I'm
can promise you it doesn't.
sticking with this, and I'm going to stay over to the side because I want to make sure I hit the green. All right. Beautiful path and timing. A little bit further over than I was expecting. Ah,
Always frustrated by
darn.
this green.
Yes.
Believe the wind affected the golf
All
ball
right,
there.
now I have to take the splash here, which I'm not a big fan of. But you can see, you know, gotten better. So the technique is pretty good.
He has this putt to save his par.
You know, with what I'm trying to do and trying to get that consistent forward swing. We're downhill a bit. I don't know. This is a tricky one for sure. That's not hard enough. It was downhill, so I wanted to be careful, but I didn't go. I didn't go far enough. I knew that as soon as I hit it. All right, this should be enough to power through here.
Right by the hole.
Ooh, well, that'll happen once in a while.
Down it goes.
I moved a bit too much on the hole. So
And
2
here
double
comes Billy
bogeys.
Horschel, our leader in the field.
So that is,
We have a par
are we
4
at the
on this
point
one.
where I've started to fall apart?
Every single
I don't
shot
know.
plays
We'll
up
find
well.
out.
Make sure to take plenty of club.
All right, again, solid, pretty straight, very close to almost perfect.
Quality
So
shot, that one.
nice straight
Around 110
flow.
yards to go.
Basically, the swing compensated for the fast and basically kind of straightened itself out. All right, so this is a normal. So let's see. Wow, what do I do? I mean, it's going to go further, but is it going to go far enough to get past the bunker? We're going to find out. It will. All right. So that's what I would have normally. I would have gone up the club, and I probably would have hit way too far. Because I keep forgetting about the fact that I'm consistently over 100%.
Setting up this putt 23 feet from the cup. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Buckets.
You're kidding me. Come
Too
on.
bad.
That should have gone.
Here to the hole.
That absolutely should have fallen. Wow.
At the 9th hole.
Par 4, 485 yards, the toughest hole
Right.
on the golf course.
Yeah, this one's
Make sure you
tight.
Find the fairway and get your second shot somewhere around the green to give yourself the best chance
Ooh,
of making four.
slow's going the wrong way. Wind straighten me out. Bounce over. Come on, good bounce. Ah, didn't get
Where
enough.
did that come from? That's
Oof.
his style.
But not bad, not bad. I
What kind
mean,
of shot are they facing here, Henny?
again,
Setting up here from about
that's all
150
future work
yards.
to get better than that. But again, actually, it's interesting because it had me at a totally different. I'm hitting the button to put me back somewhere, but anyway, I'll stop talking because I'm being incoherent and it's not worth explaining. So, oh boy. So we are almost 30% back. So we're really looking at darn near 60. Let's say 50. That puts it at 132. I'm going to go with this and see if that works. Ooh,
Tippy going with
man, I knew the lie was severe, but wow.
approach didn't seem to fit their eye.
All right, again, I've
Absolutely
got
swirling in this part of the golf
another.
course.
The 16 is just too close. I can't do a flop. All right, good news is we got it just a straight slow. Just trying to not get varies out of
Hey, Henny,
there.
this putt.
This It's downhill.
Right.
Can't be too bold.
All right, I do not want to be too bold, and I do not want to move too much.
This is tracking
Ah!
to the front of this cup.
Darn it. Well, at least I didn't roll too far,
Putting for
so it
bogey.
should hopefully be... You're kidding me.
The game can be frustrating, can't it?
Yes.
All right, Rich. Crunch time. We're through 9 holes here.
What
today of
is
cut
going
day.
on with
What do you think's in this
these?
player's future?
I'm not hitting them that hard.
Right now, they're so far below the cut line, it's going to take a miracle for them to stick around.
I seem to remember you pulling off a miracle at Bethpage Black in the
Oh.
PGA.
Doubt that every once in a while
I was listening to the announcer. I was not in the right headspace for that,
Second shot
so
here on the 10th hole.
I screwed that one up on my own. Which is a really stupid statement. You mean you didn't screw it up for me? Obviously I screwed it up on my own,
Yourself a
but
pat on the back. Getting ready to play
all
their
right.
third.
I don't think we're going to roll out to the water, so I'm just going to hit it. Ugh. A little bit
That's
off.
not gonna
Ooh,
find the
ooh,
fairway.
ooh. Well,
And it found the
I was
front
hoping
of the
we'd get a little
Please
bit
not
of a
be able to pull down in
deflection.
the shade.
Yeesh. Alright, this is sloppy seconds for sure. Alright, I'm going to go with a 6 iron. Oh boy. Yeah, I do not want to have it kick into the water. So I'm going to overcompensate. I'd rather be in the bunkers than the water. Oh my god, I'm still going to be in the water. How was it that big of a lie? Oh, I cannot believe that.
Shot coming up.
Wow. Alright. Alright, so we can do the flop. We're going to do this flop. Yeah, we're definitely losing it here. Okay, solid swing, but a little over to the
And here's their 7th
to
shot.
the right. Yeah, it is my 7th shot. Ooh, somehow a very slow. Now the chips are more challenging for me to not end up with a very.
Take a look at this one, Rich. Do you think it's makeable?
But
Look, I just don't see this happening. I tell you, I'd love to see this player prove me wrong, though.
all right, let's see. Oh, it's not gonna break.
Take, steady now.
Wow. All
Just
right.
3 feet to the cup.
That did not behave as I expected.
Oh, that looks like a pure
All right,
stroke.
that one hurt. 4 over on that
Little
hole
slide
itself.
down the leaderboard happening.
So
Make sure you respond quickly.
now I'm 10 over for the round,
On the 11th.
where I had
Par
been
four,
doing so well.
428-yard tree line hole, difficult driving hole all the way around. But should you find the fairway, the second shot on a little plateau just above the fairway,
All right.
very basic.
Two bad shots in a row. I think my tee shot was okay off the other one, but
That ball seems to be sitting down. Is it bad?
all right.
Looks like they have a good lie here in the
This
second
should
cup.
work.
Looks to be
Or
going with the
not.
four
The
iron.
lie clearly was misread again.
And here we are with the 3rd shot.
Wow, I am making it really hard for me. Alright, so say 10, 57. So I'm going to go with this. This is definitely going to kick again. So I'm going to go over here. Alright, not bad for getting out of there.
Big par saver coming up for this fella.
And this is the kind of stuff I tend to have. Like, even when I spray around, I've been decent enough now that I've got the timing a little bit better that I still have a shot to save things, which is amazing. And that has helped me stay a bit close.
It's got a
It's going to
chance.
be below.
Was it a good
Ooh.
line? This one for bogey.
Alright, definitely going to move, so I got it. Oh my god,
That
moved
hurts.
more than I thought. And I
It's just
thought
about
I
3
hit
feet
it
away.
hard, but clearly I didn't.
You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. Billy Horschel is
So
atop
yeah,
the
it's not
leaderboard
the,
with a 3-stroke
you know,
advantage.
giving up, whatever. I'm trying.
Par
I
three,
just am
plays 208
getting
yards
beat
from
by the
back.
course a little
In
bit
saying
here.
that, this is a good birdie opportunity as the green is massive in size.
All right,
Going with the 5
good
iron
solid
here.
tee shot. Ooh,
One club too many.
wow. I mean, I know the wind
Quite
was,
strike that as cleanly as they
wow.
would have hoped.
Yeah, it took a bit too much club on that
Because
one.
we were up, I thought, but maybe I misread it. Maybe we were down. So maybe I'm just losing my mind. Maybe it's too late. Oh, I was trying to have a good chip shot, and obviously the timing didn't work for me there. That was better. That's what I wanted the first time.
Didn't that look good
Ooh,
for a long time?
it did.
Well, Rich,
It was too fast. I think it would have hopped the
I
hole.
really can't say I'm a fan of their chances
All
on
right,
this one.
this
Luke,
one
but I
looks
tell you what,
pretty
I've been on it
straight.
once before.
Oh, yeah. All
at
right.
least it wasn't a double.
So,
Marshall currently leads by 3 shots over the field.
again, not doing great, but again, it's the quality of the play that I look at in a lot of cases. I mean, you know, I wasn't going to make the cut anyway.
Fairway on the golf course. Avoid all those bunkers. Second shot up the hill to a narrow green.
What?
Both sides.
Henny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
Guys, you know the worst lie you've ever seen? Yeah, times that by 10. This is nasty.
All right. Again, getting a bad shot and then immediately turning around and having a good shot, that's always the piece. But yeah, this one's certainly not as good as the last couple of rounds I've played. All right, up. That's probably too much. So I'm going to try that and, again, stay below the hole. All right, good, solid. Ooh, we'll be below, but we won't quite be on the green.
Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
Little bit of a bounce out.
Players just missed too many greens. You can't afford to do that.
What is happening with my chip shots?
Time for the 5th shot.
I mean, I still ended up with a very slow, but at least I got an actual hit there. That was crazy.
Well hold.
Yeah, that was pretty simple of a putt.
Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage.
Next up is this par 4 hole.
All
Feel
right.
brave. You can certainly take driver out, but I suspect
I'm gonna
a lot of players will lay back with an iron.
turn it a little, because otherwise I'm worried about the tree.
Shot. A birdie here is a must if you want to win.
All right. Solid. Ooh, we're heading right for that bunker. But we got a good bounce, and so maybe it won't be too bad. All right, now this can be a flop. So that will give me... Yeah, this will be good. So let's try to save this still. Turn it into something fabulous. All right. Fast is fine. Just, you know, stay out of the varies.
But a bit of work left to do here.
All right.
Just about 8 feet left to the hole.
A little bit, but too far to power it.
These are on rails, looking good.
Wow.
A bit long on that one.
Hmm.
Well, this would be a good one to make.
John Deere is getting the best of me.
Top the leaderboard with a 2-stroke lead. Time to face a par 4.
All right. Again, this one's definitely a curve. Ooh. Oh, stay up top, stay up top. Ugh, not too bad, though. Didn't go too far, but that is going to be insane.
He is not going to like this one bit. This is what bad lies are made of.
All right. So we're going to be... Probably, if I go that way, that's too much. So we're going to lose 160, so I'm not going to get nearly far enough. God, I'm worried I'm still not compensating for the lie enough. No, that worked out. Gets me down the middle of the fairway. That's what I wanted.
Getting ready to play their 3rd.
Alright. Flop territory. Should be alright. I can't go any lower than this. I can probably pull it a little bit. So let me do that. Because again, with the extra power, we're going to overdrive it. Not bad, not bad.
This putt just 5 feet away from
Okay,
the hole.
should be a
This
gimme.
one, this is important. This
But it's downhill, so that was one I had to be careful on. I have had that one bite me, where I've swung it like, ooh, it's 5 feet away, and then it hops the hole. So,
This hole is a
learn my
par 3.
lesson.
Par
Pay
3
attention to
only
all
plays
those
153,
pieces.
But a tricky little green, to say the least. Don't let the beauty of the river to your left swallow you
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
This is a tough but fun little par 3.
Alright.
Going with the 9
The
iron.
beauty of the river did not get me,
Try to
but
get
I
it
may
to
be
move a little bit to the
really
left here.
short. Wow, yeah, there's a rise there, and I just hit... I
This
hit
is
the
from
wall,
miles away.
basically. You can see it now. But wow. Yeah, this one, I've had to do this one before. This is long. Yeah, come on back. Come on back. Not enough, but again, that's just a
Ooh, a
tough
little bit of a rush
putt.
of blood by the looks of it.
So trying to get
What
it
have we
that
got in front of
close,
him here,
though,
Henny?
that's
setting
pretty
up this
good.
putt 11 feet from the cup.
I think it's
He's
going to
got
break
this
more.
for his part.
Come on.
Oh, just missed.
You are kidding me.
4 feet to the cup.
I cannot catch a break here.
That one goes down for bogey.
So this is the kind of issues I have where I'm like
Looking for a
really
fast finish
close
on the par 5,
and
550 yards.
I just keep
Second
missing
shot does
things
play up the hill,
and then
but
I
there's
lose a
plenty of room
stroke.
to miss your second shot around this green. Must make birdie for the players in the field.
Couple of
Wow,
birdies
that's
and a
gonna...
couple of
Oh, okay,
bogeys.
good bounce.
To get
I'm
something
like, that's
going
gonna end up
today.
in the rough, darn it.
Well, after a
But
successful
no.
drive at the 17th at TPC Deer Run, the players are faced with a question. Rich, lay up or go for it?
Ooh.
Second shot straight back up the hill. Most players will bail just a little bit left as the green tends to run away quite a bit.
Gonna try
down
it.
The slope on the right-hand side. This is a great opportunity and possibly the final birdie opportunity on this golf course.
Probably, yeah, still too far. Even though I pulled it
Well, it
back,
looks like
I
they
mean,
tried
I
to
knew
roll
it
there,
was
but it didn't
gonna
quite
fly,
work
but
out
the
for them.
4-iron
Oh,
wasn't
look
gonna
at
get
that.
me
The
there.
wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
Oh, that was like a stunted swing. Not that I don't know.
I really don't think this is going to happen, but you know
Alright.
what? I've been wrong before.
Couldn't even
It
see
could
the
happen again.
hole in the shadows here. Just down a hill a bit, so again, I've got to be careful. Again, I'm not trying to practice that many times. It's just, it's so difficult with the motion I've got to actually get it to swing because I'm going pretty methodically
Hard to describe the
forward.
difficulty of this tee shot unless you've actually been here.
And you can
Par
see,
four,
I think the pace
463
is
yards.
much better than
Here's the
I've
fairway
had.
bunker down the
So
right-hand
certainly
side.
the regular
A clear shot
commenters, you know, give me your
very narrow
thoughts.
green surrounded by water on the left-hand side.
Why did I swing that poorly on the swing path?
Straight towards the cut.
Oh, if it hadn't hit that branch, that might have not been
Makes its
too
way into
bad.
the first cut.
That was floating along pretty well for what I did. Alright, again, can't end up in the water. We were gone. Wow. What to do? Alright, that's gonna be... Nah, that should be alright, honestly. So I'm gonna go with that. Alright,
Choosing the
well,
9 iron here.
we hit a very slow somehow.
And here we are with the third shot.
So not great. Alright, straight on. I'm just gonna go with that. Alright. A little bit of slow, but not much. So not bad.
Well, a lovely opportunity to save par.
Definitely a shot at the par. Downhill.
On a nice line.
Oh, so
Again.
close.
Inches. Inches.
Looks like a pretty straightforward
Wow.
5-footer to me.
And
Alright.
that'll do it for this player today.
So, a good amount of two putts. I'd say most of the things were two putts. I had a couple bad holes, you know. Again, not great. This is kind of the thing. Like, So I'm feeling this was a round that was good to kind of explain what I was getting at.
It's a sinking feeling when you go out there and you just don't have
like
it.
in
It's the
general,
gut. Trunk slamming
the
it is what they used to call it.
swinging
Either way, it's
was
just
pretty
like
good
feeling
in most cases as I came up to the hole. Putting was decent, but it's always letting a couple of those get me, and then it trickles away and you end up with a plus 16. Because again, in all those practice rounds, I still think that the best round I ended up with was like a plus 7 in the ones I've done since then. So, but you know what I don't want to do is blow up my process and then lose what I really think are gains that I've gotten from the quality of the swings and you know, again, being able to recover. I think that was the feedback that someone gave, is, you know, they have a tour card, and they said, you know, the difference they're seeing is like when I lose it, and they are able to recover and kind of have one bad swing, maybe two bad swings, and then they're able to pull it back in. And I would suddenly get into, you know, 4 or 5 bad swings, and you know, you'd be doing it on a par 5, and suddenly I'd be getting it in with a 9 or something instead of recovering and so forth. So I think I've gotten better with that in the work I've done this week, but always looking to see what people think. Again, I know this will pop up a little bit later, so you know, maybe people won't see it until the following day because you know, they might be at work before it comes up if you watched it before work or something. But anyway, thanks for following along. You know, missed another cut, not unexpectedly. I mean, I was plus 16 already, but again, I did really well. I was like plus 2 for, I think, into the back 9 a little bit, and so having those things kind of fall apart hurts a bit, but that's been what I'm at. So that's the reality of my game right now. I just need to get there. But I think, again, I had good shots on the 18th, so it's not like I lost it entirely, but it's just once things start leaking, they kind of kept leaking, and I was having trouble with the green reads. I was getting really, really close, but literally got nothing to fall this time. So if I could get half of those to fall, you know, 4 or 5 strokes come off of that round, which again, not great, but is better. So as always, if you've enjoyed it and are not a subscriber, please consider dropping a like and subscribing, and I will see you next time.